Next, it is important to discuss the different types of relationships that exist between entities and how we they how are they represented in ER diagrams. So first one is the one-to-one relationship, uh, where entity A is in relationship with entity B and the relationship is one-to-one. How we indicate a one-to-one relationship? There are uh, two ways to represent it. One is to use uh, a line with the arrow, which indicates it's a one-to-one relationships. So here you can see that both the links are having arrows. So both are having cardinality of one-to-one. To explain this, we can take a simple example like where a student table is related to a faculty table, or I'll take an arbitrary example, need not be a specific example. Let me take an arbitrary example like let's take A and B. Let the table A have two attributes as it is mentioned A1 and A2. So A1 and A2. Let A1 be 1, 2, 3, 4 and A2 be A, A, B, B. Now similarly I have B. So I have entity B which has records B1 which has attributes B1 and B2. Let them be 101, 102, 103, 104 and 105. Let this be A, B, B, and C. Now, in one-to-one relationship, in one-to-one relationship, the relationship R, it is also represented by a table. Relationships are also represented by a table. So it will have A1 and B1. It will have attributes A1 and B1. So it will have some records from table A, I mean entity A, and some records from entity B. Since we can see that this is a single line rather than a double line, so both the relationship are partial relationships. Had it been a double line, it will be a total participation. But since it's a single line, it's a partial participation only. So we should be careful that not all the records of entity A are in the relationship. Similarly, not all the records from entity B are in the relationship. So only a few records from entity A and few records from entity B are in this relationship. For example, 1, 3, and 4. From entity A, 1, 3, and 4 are in this relationship, and from B, there is 102, 104, and 105. So we can see that 2, 2 is not participating in this relationship, and in table B, 101 and 103 are not participating in the relationship. Still, it's a one-to-one relationship because every record is only associated with another unique record of B. There are no repetitions. So it's a one-to-one relationship and it's a partial relationship. Okay. Now suppose if the same diagram I modify it this way. I modify it this way, where instead of having a single line, there there is a double line. What does it mean? It's a one-to-one relationship, but A is participating, A is having a total participation in this relation. That means even record number 2 is associated with another unique record of B. Okay. Thus, it's a total participation from the side of A, but it's not the total participation from the side of entity B, because record number 101 from entity B is still not participating in the relationship. So it's a total participation from entity A indicated by the double arrow, and it's a partial participation from entity B indicated by a single arrow. Now coming to the next type of relationship, it's a many to one relationship. Of course, if you want, we can make B also as participation, total participation. For this, you can take any other. We can add one more record in A and show it to be a total participation on the side of B. So many to one relationship, how does it take? In many to one relationship, we can show that it is indicated that there is a single line, there is no arrow. If there is no arrow, it indicates it's a many, means the cardinality is many records of A are related to a single record of B. Many records of A are related to a single record of B. So let us take the same example and indicate the relationship table for this. Many records of A are participating in relationship with B. And another important thing to note is that both the relations are partial. So not all the records from A are participating in the relationship, nor all the records from B are participating in the relationship. So I'll just take A and B. So if you see this, let me take 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, since it's a many. So we can see that if I show it in the form of a set from entity A to entity B, we can see that one, some of the entities in A and some of the entities in B are not participating in the relationship. That is why we have used a single line. And you can see that many entities in A are related to a single entity in B. All right. So I hope this is clear. Now suppose if I use a double line, what does it mean? It means that A is participating totally in the relationship. So whatever records are left, 4. If I somehow, so even 4 is related to 101. So this gives a total participation from A. Why total participation? Since all the records from A, 1, 2, 3, 4 are participating in the relationship, it's a total participation. So I'll use a double line. And on from the side of B, it's a partial participation, and cardinality is only 1. Okay. Now I think you can do the same thing for one to many, which is the exact reverse of many to one. So it will be exactly opposite. In one to many, the relationship So from B, there will be many records which are associated with a single record of A. So it will be like, now you can see that many records of uh, B are associated with a single record of A. So how does it look? It looks like this. If you put A and if you put B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 101, 102, 103, 104, and 105. So 1, 2, 3 are associated with 1. So many to 1. And you can see that record 4 is left over. So it's a partial participation from the side of A, whereas all the records in B are being participating in the relationship. So we can show that it's a total participation, which can be indicated by a double arrow. So when there is a double arrow, it indicates total participation from the side of B. All right. If it's a single arrow, then maybe one of the record is not there. You can show one or two records are not participating. Now, in many-to-many relationship, it can be shown with this example. Same, the table can be modified this way, where many records of A participate in relationship with many records of B. Let me take the table. So, so we can see that it's a many-to-many relationship. Many records from each entity are participating in the relationship. So, 1 is also associated with 101, 1 is also linked to 102, 2 is associated with 101, and 3 is associated with 102. So, it's a many to many kind of relationship, not one to one. So, these are the types of relationships that we represent in a ER diagram. Now, again, you can go for this is only a partial relationship because one record from A is not participating in the relationship, and some records from B are not participating in the relationships. You can make it a full participation by putting a double link, and accordingly you can change the relationship type.